Good morning, students. As you know, in previous lectures, we have discussed all the fundamental rights. Today, we will discuss about the fundamental duties. My dear students, rights without duties are meaningless. It has been rightly said, if a person does not perform her or his duties, others cannot enjoy their rights. Thus, duties precedes rights. So, what do you mean by the fundamental duties? Fundamental duties are obligations and every citizen is expected to perform them. Therefore, it was in 1976 that fundamental duties were added to Indian Constitution through 42nd Amendment. Originally, there were 10 fundamental duties, but now they are 11. It means the total fundamental duties are 11. So we will discuss one by one all the fundamental duties. The first one, to abide by the Constitution and respect its ideals and institutions, the national flag and the national anthem. It is the duty of every citizen to respect the ideals which include liberty, justice, equality, fraternity, and institutions, namely the executive, legislature, and executive. Second, to cherish and follow the noble ideals which inspired our national struggle for freedom. The citizen of India must cherish and follow the noble ideas which inspired the national struggle for freedom, like equality, non-violence, brotherhood of and world peace. These all the noble ideals. We have to give respect to all these noble ideas which inspired our national struggle for freedom. Next, to uphold the protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. It is one of the prominent national obligations of all the citizens of the India. India is a vast and diverse nation with different caste, religion, and linguistic people. So it is the duty of every Indian to protect the sovereignty, unity, and integrity of India. Fourth one, to defend the country and render national service which called upon to do so. It is the duty of every citizen to defend our country against external enemies. External enemies. It is addressed to all the citizens other than those belonging to Army, Navy, and the Air Force. To promote harmony. Fifth one, to promote harmony and the spirit of common brotherhood amongst all the people of India, to renounce practices derogatory to dignity of women. Sixth, to value and preserve the rich heritage of our composite culture. It is our duty to protect what we have inherited from the past, preserve it, and pass on to the future generation. Now the seventh point is to protect and improve the natural environment, including forests, lakes, rivers, and wildlife, and to have compassion for all living creatures. These natural resources like forests, lake, rivers, etc., are most valued assets of our country. Hence, it is the duty of every citizen to protect it. Next one, to develop scientific temper, humanism, and the spirit of inquiry and reform. It is a known fact that it is necessary to learn from the experience and developments around the world for our own development. So, it is the duty of every citizen to protect and promote scientific temper and spirit of inquiry to keep pace with fast changing world. The next fundamental duties is to safeguard public property and to observe violence. It is unfortunate that in a country, our country like India, that is India, which teaches non-violence to the rest of the world. You know very well. We ourselves see from time to time incidents of senseless violence. You know very well about senseless violence, or we can say riots, and destruction of public property. Public property means buses, buildings, railway stations, train, etc. Among all the fundamental duties, this one holds a great significance in current scenario when strike, protest, etc. have become a common phenomenon. 10th fundamental duty is to strive towards excellence in all spheres of individual and collective activity so that the nation constantly rises to higher level of endeavor and achievements. As responsible citizens, whatever world we take up should be directed towards the achievement and towards achieving the goals of excellence so that our country constantly rises to higher level of endeavor and achievements. And last, parents or guardian should provide opportunities for education to her or his child or ward between the age of 6 to 14 years. As you know, it's duty of parents or guardian that they should send their child to the school, because government provides free and compulsory education to all the child between the age group of 6 to 14 years. This fundamental duties is added in 86th amendment in 2002. So it's all the fundamental duties. Thank you and have a nice day.